Hi, I'm Tracy Pierce. Thanks for joining us for this series of free mini animal communications. This series was really born out of what happened during the coronavirus lockdown here in the US. You know, as things were starting to shut down and we were being encouraged to stay home, I really wondered what the animals thought about all of this, you know, the wild animals and the domestic animals. And they really encouraged me to start doing this video series. And when I started, I was doing them every day. And now that we're kind of coming out of the lockdown mode, I'm doing 1 or 2 per week. But the animals have really encouraged me to continue to do this and to share their wisdom with the world. And so it's been a really fun project for me. Now, today we're going to talk with a baby goat, and her name is Sprinkles. I'm pulling her picture up here now. So Sprinkles she was born on March 31st. So she's just a little bit over 2 months old now. And she lives at the ranch where I've helped teach animal communication workshops, and is actually the goat of a friend of mine. So she asked me, my friend Kate, who is the human to this goat, just said there's something really special about this goat. Could you talk to her? And so I don't know that I've talked to a goat this young before, so it'll be a really interesting experience to see what she has to share with us. So if you're joining me live on Zoom and you have questions for Sprinkles, if you look at the bottom bar on Zoom, there should be a button there that says chat. Just click on that and type in any of your questions for Sprinkles, and I should be able to see them. Let me make sure I have that up here, actually. And then if you're joining me on Facebook, if you just type in the comments any questions you might have for Sprinkles. All right, yes, good morning, Melissa. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get quiet and start tuning into Sprinkles. If you have any questions for her, go ahead and type them in. We'll just start and see what she would like to tell us though. Yeah, immediately I see these images that you may stereotypically associate with goats. You know how they're very happy, and especially the little ones, they run and they jump and they have all that energy and they're running. They're just so spry and joyful. She really carries that archetypal quality of the goat in her. Hi, Sprinkles. She's a really bright and shiny presence. Feels like there's a real big spiritual connection landing on this goat. Sprinkles, do you want to tell us about that or yourself? Or, this is really kind of an open forum for you. Anything you might like to share with us? Yeah, she's showing that she did quite intentionally choose the mother ranch. That's the ranch where she lives. There are a lot of there's a lot of interactivity, she says. People coming and going, and classes, and she's Kate, who is Sprinkles' human, does her equine coaching work there. She says there's such a special space that the mother ranch holds. Do you want to tell us more about that? There's just such a unique combination of things happening there. She's showing me the lady who owns the ranch. Her name is Julia, and she's an artist, and she teaches art there sometimes, and Sprinkles just really enjoys the different people who come to the ranch. There's a really a brightness to this ranch, she said. It was like a shining light that kind of drew her little animal spirit there. she's showing there's a specialness about really all of the animals who live there. And she's saying even those dogs that bark. There's some dogs at the mother ranch that they're not friendly to humans at all. They're very much guard dogs. And Sprinkle's like, even them, they're really special. Do you want to say more about that, Sprinkles? So I think you have a question. Okay, so the question is, how can we make the transition easier for you and the herd? Melissa, could you clarify a little bit what you mean by that? The transition, which transition? Is she going to be integrating into a different herd or something? All right, Melissa, I'm going to wait for you to clarify your question. Okay, weaning process and babies going to their new home. Okay, got it. Do you feel like there's something that would help with that, Sprinkles? I kind of I get a lot of blankness actually around that. Um, I guess I'm not even sure how old goats are when they're weaned. Is that something that's coming up soon, Melissa? Oh, they're going through weaning right now. Okay. How are you feeling about that, Sprinkles? It seems like there's a little bit of confusion almost. Like there is sort of an understanding of like, I can't suckle at my mother's teat forever, but it's almost like a biological kind of pull towards the nipple is what she's showing. It's like there's a part of her that doesn't want to let go of that. Yeah, I can see how that would be very, nurturing and something you're relying on, Sprinkles. Okay, show me again. Yeah, she's showing it as like a push pull. And it's more of like a biological process thing that it's like, oh, I want it, but I know I have to let it go kind of thing. And she says it is, um, there is some kind of understanding in her that this is part of the process, but she does say there's something a bit uncomfortable about it. Sprinkles, is there something or some way you feel like it could be more comfortable or easier for you? Okay, so you feel like maybe they don't quite understand that they're who's leaving and who isn't? Okay. Well, she's asking if Kate could actually, when she says Kate does a really good job of being able to communicate with the goats. Um, Sprinkles is saying Kate feels like the horses are her primary, but Sprinkles feels like Kate is starting to become way more comfortable interpreting the communications that are coming from the goats both back and forth. And she's asking if Kate could come and talk or communicate with the goats, like let them know these are the ones that are leaving, these are the ones that are staying, because Sprinkles is just kind of showing like there's kind of this layer of confusion or something that the goats aren't, like they're clear that there's something happening, but they're not clear which ones are going where, and there's a bit of confusion. Okay, Melissa says, makes sense. I've been telling the boys what's been going on, but not the girls. Okay, yeah, seems like that would help. They're just not quite clear on what's happening there, Melissa. Okay, so I'm checking any other questions on Facebook. No. All right, so Sprinkles, what else would you like to tell us today? And Melissa, go ahead, feel free to type in any other questions you might have for Sprinkles. Oh yeah, you know, I forgot. Kate sent us in some questions. I think she wasn't been able to join us live, but we do have a few questions from Kate for you, Sprinkles, as well. So, Sprinkles, what is it that you want to do in this lifetime? She's showing like this bringing joy kind of thing, and she shows like wherever her feet come down, there's like these sparks of golden light, or it's almost like shooting stars that kind of come out wherever she touches. And she's like, I really want to bring that. There's a lot I want to bring for humans in this lifetime. One of the reasons she really picked the Mother Ranch, and Kate in particular, is because she felt like they would be able to bring her humans to kind of work with. Sprinkles is showing me like goat yoga, or, you know, like the communication classes, animal communication classes we've done there, or any of the kind of classes that they've been doing at the Mother Ranch. She's really excited to interact with humans. Is there something in particular you really want to impart to them, Sprinkles? She's showing the joy, and it's just like these bursts of gold I see coming from her, like these gold shooting stars. And I really want to pass that particular energy. And she says that is one of the reasons I particularly came in as a goat, is because goats are becoming so kind of popular these days. And, you know, you see them in goat yoga, or you hear like she's showing me all these Instagram feeds that have, you know, goats in them, and they've kind of become a popular animal, she says. And that's part of why she came as a goat. She wanted to attract a lot of human attention, and to bring a lot of human attention to the animal world this way. Is it about certain kinds of animals like goats, or is it animals as a whole you wanted to bring awareness to? She says it is animals as a whole, but she feels like in her particular situation, she wanted to be a kind of animal that lived outside most of the time. And she says there's something very special about four-legged clothed, is that the right word? Hooved animals. She's showing me horses. There's a donkey that lives out there with her, and the goats. She says there's something special about the energy of being cloven footed and being outside and being able to be this way. Yeah, she really has a lot of messages of joy and sparkliness for humans, and she really wants to be a part of workshops and different activities that might be going on at the ranch. It's cool. All right. Yeah, I think you kind of answered one of the other questions here, which was why does an animal choose to be born as a certain species, aka why did you want to be a goat? And you did kind of answer that, Sprinkles. Do you feel like there are specific reasons that animals choose certain species to come into? Yes, definitely. It's all part of the pre-planning process. She says a lot of animals, especially domestic kind of animals, she says this isn't always so true with wild animals, but definitely with domestics, that they want to, you know, they have some kind of mission or purpose that they're coming in with that they want to do. And a particular species might allow them to get closer to their goal than another species. You know, she says, like, if I have a particular human that I want to work with, and he's allergic to dogs, I'm certainly not going to come in as a dog and try to work with him. So there are many factors, Sprinkle says, that affect why we might come in as a certain species. Yeah, and we all kind of have maybe these lessons that we're learning, and it does seem like we can more effectively learn them in different kinds of bodies. And she's showing it's not that dissimilar from humans. She says, you know, she's showing me like particular humans might be born with certain genetic deficiencies or other illnesses or diseases that may seem not fair or something when they come into the life, but that soul is coming to learn some particular lesson where they come into an ill body that helps them learn that lesson in a better way. She said, so I can't really break it down and like give you a list of why exactly a particular animal might come into a particular body. She just says there's a lot of different factors that influence that. And she said, yeah, like for me, goats bring so much joy and they're so popular right now. I wanted, part of my mission is bringing joy and bringing this lightness, sparkliness, and being in a goat body, like I said, because they're so popular, really brings me this opportunity to bring this to a larger group of humans than just being a domestic animal, like a dog, she says. There's just something very special about being a goat, and what I have to bring fits very well with a goat physical body. Thank you, Sprinkles. Let's see, we have one other question about you. So Sprinkles, why did you recently get more skittish or fearful? Did something happen, or is this just a phase? She's showing me being skittish. It's almost like she's kind of learning more about her legs a little bit. Is that right, Sprinkles? Yeah, she's showing me like jumping around and moving back and then moving forward. And is there something that you are fearful of, Sprinkles? So I hear some thunder in the background there. And what she's showing me is being inside. I'm not sure which building this is, but it looks like kind of a metal building. And there were many goats in the building, she said, and there was a loud clap of thunder, some kind of loud storm kind of noise. And she's showing it just kind of like rippling through her energy. There was a certain way it kind of rippled through the group. Yeah, it was just she's showing it's almost, it felt like it got a little bit stuck in her energy. Does it feel like it's still stuck there, Sprinkles? Yeah, a little bit. She's asking Kate to do, so Kate does some healing work with horses, and she's asking if Kate could please do some of the same healing work with Sprinkles a little bit. It just feels like this kind of shakiness and like a thunder in her energy that it feels like it could be almost like pulled off somehow or kind of pulled out of her energy. She's showing it as, okay, so there's an imprint there, but this particular thing hasn't happened multiple enough times that it's a really like stuck imprint is what she's saying. She feels like it's something, it's almost like she feels like she could just shake it off, but it's not quite shaking off. So she's asking if maybe Kate could help her with that a little bit. Yeah, and Sprinkles, you let Kate know if that's not working, and maybe I can help you too. I know some other things that maybe we could do some work together. I could come up and visit you. Okay. So looking at questions here, do the other goats in the herd have that stuck as well? And where is it stuck? Is it a specific body area? Sprinkle says she doesn't think it affected the other goats as much as it affected her. She says sometimes the other goats are a little skittish. too sometimes, but it's more about like, she says our energy just hits each other in the wrong way and we kind of jump or something. Sprinkles, does it feel like that imprint is stuck in a particular body part, or she's showing it's more like the etheric energy around her body, and she's showing it's kind of, so if she was standing, it'd be Sprinkles right side a little bit, kind of like by her shoulder blade, right front shoulder blade there. And it's not in the body, like I feel it kind of above is where I'm feeling it. Yeah, it almost feels like she's been trying to shake it off. It's just a little, she needs a little help from an outside source, is what she's saying. So you don't think the other goats were really affected by this? Sprinkle says she feels like it's almost like she caught all the fear of all the goats somehow. Like her energy was particularly open at that time, and she doesn't feel like it affected the other goats the way it affected her. It's almost like that combined scaredness of the herd kind of got a little bit stuck there by her right shoulder blade. All right, Sprinkles, I'm checking for questions. We're kind of coming to the end of our time here, so if you have any last minute questions, be sure to type them in. And Sprinkles, is there anything else that you would like to share with us? I'll make sure that we know today. She really would like for more people in the world to watch goat videos, you know, especially baby goats. She says we're so joyful, and she shows that doing, doing, doing. You know how baby goats do that. You see all these videos. And she says goats just bring so much joy. Like, you don't need to own one. It's just even tuning into the energy of them can just bring so much light and joy. And she just really wants people to tune into the energy of goats and to bring it into their lives a bit more. Thank you so much, Melissa. All right, thank you so much, Sprinkles, and thanks to everyone who's joining us here today. This has been just a really fun project for me to do, and you know, you can hop on over to my YouTube channel, and I've got several more videos, interviews with all different kinds of animals there. So if you're interested to know what the animals are saying, check it out. And thanks again for joining us here today, and until next time, take care and be well.